Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Speak Up Now podcast, and I'm your host, Darius Silver, aka Mr. GQ, back with another interesting topic, back with another important topic, back with another controversial topic for you, the people, you, society, and you, the people who's viewing this episode, to inspire you to speak up and speak up now. It's only make you better, stronger, and physically and mentally better. So, if you're new here, whoa, what are you doing? You forgetting to hit the subscribe button? Stop it. What are you doing? You watching the Speak Up Now podcast, and you watching your host, Darius Silver, aka Mr. GQ, give you some unbelievable content. What are you doing? I need you to subscribe right now. Check out my social media platforms that you see on the screen, Facebook and Instagram, and this platform, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you continue to tune in and watch the full episode. Come on now. This is the Speak Up Now podcast, where we're inspiring others to speak up and do better. Come on now. Subscribe. Come on. Subscribe. All right, let's get you back to the full episode. Boom. Make sure you pay attention how we do this right here. Thank you for tuning in for your first Speak Up Now podcast episode. And if you're a returning viewer, you know what it is. Much love to you. So, for today's episode is a controversial topic that I feel is not getting enough attention, but needs someone to say something, no matter how big or small the voice is. So if you're ready for today's episode, say with me, let's ride. So I'm gonna jump right into it. It is a topic that I recently, I saw firsthand the night of, but a topic that I feel like it should be talked about and talked about a lot. So we all know an important day happens in January. Every January. And that day is Martin Luther King Day. And people who are sports fans, I'm pretty sure that you guys watched the national championship game. And each important game, Super Bowls, national championships, and all these important games throughout the world, every single year, has an honorary pre-game ceremony associated with it. So the national championship game is in Atlanta, right? And Atlanta is very important when you think about the birthplace of civil rights movement and Dr. King, etc. So the national championship game, you do a coin toss, and you see Dr. Martin Luther King's youngest daughter out there, Bernice King. And you would think it's a Father's Day, you know, it's in Atlanta. You would think that they would give her the opportunity to flip the coin. She was out there, but the ref informed let me step back a second. The NCAA, the National Championship College Football Playoff Team organization, and the ref informed her team that on her day, her Father's Day, she could be the honorary captain, however you want to say it, but she's not allowed to flip the coin. And I'm gonna read you guys something that I saw on social media that I saw that should be read. This is from her words only. This is from Bernice King's words. In other news, I've read and heard many comments about this, and I want to provide some clarity. If I look taken aback, it was because I was genuinely excited to be able to toss the coin on MLK Day in honor of my father for the college football national championship game. My team and I was informed that I would not actually be tossing the coin. This is from her words. So you're saying on her Father's Day, MLK Day, that she was informed that she will not be allowed to flip the coin? I know what you guys are thinking, that he's going racial with this. They going back to treating black folks or to treating black people like they ain't worth nothing. And I'm not going that way, because I know that's not what she would think. That's not what many people will want me to do. But it's a respect thing, common courtesy. Where is the respect for her family, and her dad, and her father? Where is the respect? That's just totally disrespect right there. You mean to tell me that all these other important national championship games, Super Bowl, college football, high school football, any other sports you can think of that has a coin toss, you mean to tell me that they could flip the coin toss on any other day, but you mean to tell me Dr. King can't on her Father's Day? I mean, how does that make sense? You can say that's just, people might say that's racial, that it happened to happen, or whatever excuse you come up with. But to me, I'm speaking from my opinion and my opinion only. That's just plain disrespect. Plain disrespect. And I know there's many people out there that look like me that are African American, definitely might take it a step further and want to say this or say that. And they have the right to do so because it just simply wasn't right. But I'm taking it as definitely disrespect that this one, 2 or 3 reasons. One, that this story, this news is not talked about further. 2, that actually happened. And 3, that there's no consequences towards the CIP or NCAA about this. There's no consequences. That's what's pissing me off, that they are getting away with this. And I can honestly say she handled it with class. She didn't throw a scene on TV. She didn't act differently. Even when she said the statement, she didn't throw any shade. She didn't get disrespectful with them. She gave them a quick soliloquy about what happened, how she felt, and left it alone. That's class right there. And many people continue to show class about when things are done, when disrespectful things are done to them, but there's a lack of consequences for the people who did disrespect. And that's clear disrespect right there. Again, this is my opinion. I'm speaking up on things that I'm passionate about. I'm speaking up on things that really make me feel some type of way. An average night watching the national championship game on Martin Luther King Day, I'm talking about something that happened. You would think that it's a celebratory night watching 2 good teams play on Martin Luther King Day to celebrate his legacy as well. You mean to tell me a slight disrespect happens like that and nobody really talks about it? That's uncalled for. And no matter how small or how big a person's voice or platform is, something should be said about it. And I don't know why nothing is being said about it. I'm gonna read the quote to you again, for what she said, but from her voice, from Dr. Bernice. This is her words. I quote: "In other news, I've read and heard many comments about this and want to provide some clarity. If I look taken aback, it was because I was. While I was genuinely excited to be asked to toss the coin on MLK Day and honor my father for the CIP National Championship game, my team and I were not informed that I would not be actually tossing the coin." Hey, I'm taken aback from that. And what's shocking me, that I feel like not just this, but many events and many things will happen in the future only because we have one man in office. One man in office right now in the highest office known to man, that gives his permission, his authority, gives people around him, people who voted for him, feels like the confidence to make it feel like disrespect can happen. We could go back to how things were 40, 50 years ago. We could go back and just take things away that was earned. But I could go on and on and on. So I'm not gonna make this episode about him, about the man in the office right now. I'm not gonna make this episode about hate. I'm not gonna make this episode about many people's opinions about what transpired on MLK Day. What I'm going to do is hopefully bring some awareness. No matter how big, no matter how small, but some awareness. I'm gonna put that quotations on the screen somewhere for you guys to look at it, you guys yourselves. You guys can actually see it for yourself. I'm gonna put that quotations up there. But I want you guys to read it, and I want you guys to maybe do your own research or watch that video, see what happened yourself, and do you actually think that was actually called for? Because in my opinion, that was just plain disrespectful. But handled it with class. Handled it with class. And you know why she handled it with class? Because she could have made a bigger story about it than it is right now. But she chose to take the high road. She chose to take the high road. She could have easily made a bigger story about it. Easily. With her platform, she could have easily made a bigger story about it. And maybe, hopefully, could have gave the CFP and the CNCA bad publicity, bad media, and consequences. But she chose to take the high road. What does that say? But I'm not gonna digress. I'm just gonna simply let you guys feel how you wanna feel. And going forward, there's gonna be a lot of bad transgressions that's gonna happen, sadly. And what can you say? What can you really say? But my only reason for making this episode was just to bring awareness. And I told you that going forward, these topics and episodes that I bring are gonna have meaning towards it, and hopefully it motivate you guys to hopefully stand up for something, find something that impacts you and motivates you to speak up. So hopefully this episode did that, hopefully. So let's go and end this episode out the right way. If this episode affected you in any way, thank you for some type of way, like, subscribe, come back next week, leave a comment, good, bad, the ugly, leave a comment, and find a way to find your voice to speak up. So if you're a new viewer, pay attention how we end things around here. So stay mellow, keep the mellow mind, stay focused on that narrow path and what's important. And as my man Ken Newton says, one finger, one pinky, one thumb, one love, boom.